Okay. Hey everybody, it's Nathaniel Avila reporting from Dallas County, and I'm here with
Clara Avila, also reporting from Dallas County.
Yes, and what are we here today, Clara Sama?
We are here to do what we are here to do every time we start recording.
Yes. You like my swivel shirt?
Can you stop? That's gonna mess with the audio.
But it looks cool in this auditorium.
But I'm the only one who's watching
on this auditorium.
Let's see who is the butthole today. How about?
Okay, so the first one is AITA for not sharing a free meal with my anti-Instagram boyfriend.
A what?
AITA for not sharing a free meal with my anti-Instagram boyfriend.
Okay.
What do you think?
This is clearly not enough information for me to even give a base.
Okay. So, I post my food pics from when I go to eat on Instagram just for fun. I spend like 30 minutes a week on it, tops. My boyfriend is a very sweet guy in many ways, but one thing I am not so much a fan of is when he often hops on the bandwagon of hating innocent things. Not just not liking something, but making sure everyone knows that he doesn't like it even if nobody asked. I can't help but notice a theme. Pumpkin spice lattes, potty selfies, Taylor Swift, oh no. That's not good. Etc. I love Taylor Swift, just by the way. Do you like Taylor Swift?
I enjoy her music, yes.
Yes, do you like her?
Yes.
Okay, we're safe.
Oh my gosh.
As you can guess, he's not a fan of the food pics and thinks it's very annoying and cringe. Okay. Mm-hmm. He doesn't even follow my Insta, even though he has an account. Even though I don't have many followers, I've started getting occasional offers and invitations from restaurants in my city to try their food for free in exchange for a review. Nothing crazy, no steak dinners so far, but I've gotten a few sandwiches and several baked goods. Well, I just hit the big leagues and got invited to a new restaurant opening that includes a free appetizer and entree for me and one guest. I immediately invited one of my Instagram friends who I've gone out to eat with on several occasions and who also enjoys taking food photos. I told my boyfriend, and he's peeved that I'm not taking him, and says I'm going out doing it out of spite. I really think I'm not, ? If the restaurant is giving me free food in exchange for a post, I'm going to put more effort into the post and spend a few extra minutes making sure that I actually get very good shots. And I'd rather do it with someone who isn't going to sigh and roll their eyes through the whole thing.
Yep.
Also, I think it's very audacious of him to be actively unsupportive of an activity that hurts no one, but then also expects me to benefit when it's actually successful. So what do you think?
Definitely not the butthole. You have something.
Yeah, I know. It's content.
No.
For this guy.
Of course. Not content, Nathaniel.
I mean contempt. I'm holding it in contempt.
Contempt.
So, what do you think? I say
not the butthole.
I say that the boyfriend is clearly in the wrong here.
Well, obviously the boyfriend is just on the bandwagon of hating innocent things.
Yeah, this one's a lot more clear cut than most.
Yeah.
So this one is like, girl, you did the right thing. You're now getting some recognition for your Instagram, and what?
Don't clap like that.
You're now getting recognition for your Instagram.
Yes.
And now boyfriend wants to reap the rewards, even though he was instantly bagging on it. So I don't think he deserves the reward.
I agree with you. I don't think he deserves a free meal. Like, if you were to be supportive and being like, oh my gosh, it's amazing that you're doing this thing, something that you enjoy, and you're getting recognition for it. At that point, it would be like, hey, I've been offered a deal to have a free meal so that I can post about it at this new restaurant. Would you like to come with me, babe? And he'd be like, yeah, absolutely. And then you would be able to do that. But no, if you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that you're, enjoying yourself and taking pictures of food is so annoying. Ugh. Nobody wants to sit through that.
I hate good things. That makes me unique.
I hate things that make my girlfriend happy. Ooh.
Oh, my girlfriend likes this thing, which makes me mad.
Ooh, so cringe. Taking pictures of your food and posting it on Instagram, major eye roll. Like, no. Of course you're not gonna get a free meal. You know, she's gonna go with one of her buddies who will also benefit from
Who actually likes food pics.
who likes taking food pics of her own, you know?
And also, dude, like, follow your girlfriend on Instagram. Is
What?
that hard? That's like the bare
That's not
minimum.
that hard.
It's not that hard.
That's
Just
not
do
that hard. You don't have to like her posts. You don't have to look at it, you know? But like at least show some support.
Is he like anti-Instagram, like as a whole, or anti like food pictures?
I mean, from what she says, it seems like he's just anti-food pictures.
Okay, but not like anti-Instagram or anti-social media.
Well, I'm sure there are other things on social media that he's anti, but
Yeah,
I mean,
like-
if he has his own Instagram, then
Like Taylor Swift. Ooh. You're gonna get the Swifties are coming after you. The Swifties are gonna come after you, boy.
Yep. You better watch out. Let's hear some of these.
Okay, so
What's up?
your gut feeling is absolutely correct. Yeah, obviously.
Yep.
But the thing is also, should this lady stay with her boyfriend?
I mean, that's not really in question, but I would say if he's like ragging on something that you enjoy, that's not a good sign.
It doesn't seem like just one thing. It seems like every single thing that she seems to have pleasure in, he hates.
Well, I mean, she's just listing things that he said that he hates. I don't know if those are things that she actually likes.
Yeah, but the thing is like it's also sounds like a very annoying person to be around.
So that's what I'm
He's like,
saying.
I don't like McDonald's because of
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's a,
like
bit of a red flag.
You like pizza? No. No, man. No. Like those kind of guys, like that.
Yes.
I'm not gonna want to hang around you. Okay, so continuing with this, you're there to do a job essentially, and his bad attitude would be a hindrance to you getting it done right.
Absolutely.
Nata, not the butthole.
Yes.
I would also like to gently point out, as a married woman of 21 years, that for a relationship to work and be healthy and happy, your partner needs to be supportive of the things you're excited about. They don't have to be interested themselves, but they do need to encourage and lift you up. Your boyfriend is disdainful of your passion. Did you know disdain has been scientifically proven to be one of the 4 factors of future divorce? True story. What are the other 3, Clara? Summer?
Of divorce?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I guess we'll never know. The person's character is their playbook. It dictates every move we make and defines who we are. The person you're describing takes joy in robbing other people of theirs. If you're not the only person who does this, he does this to, as you said, he's also someone who feels entitled to the spoils of other people's success. Clara's here, like nodding her head.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping that you'll get through these without stumbling over your words so often.
You do it then.
I mean,
This is his behavior. I hope you see that. But this isn't the behavior of a sweet guy. I would agree.
Yep.
He sounds like a not so sweet guy.
Well, he sounds like a jerk.
Sounds like a jerky jerk.
Sounds
who eats
like
jerky for
sounds
jerk
like
dinner.
a guy who is unsupportive and just really enjoys ragging on the things that other people like, and that's just not cool.
Mm-hmm. So coded into his playbook of character is these poor qualities. That means they show up all kinds of subtle ways. I bet if you look for them, you'll find them. I would agree.
Red flag, right at the surface.
Okay, Nata, not the boyfriend. I'm not the.
Not the boyfriend.
You're not the boyfriend.
Not the boyfriend.
Your tests are in, and you're not the boyfriend.
Ding, ding, ding.
Okay, your boyfriend sounds rather exhausting with his. I'm cooler than everybody else because I hate popular things attitude. Go and have fun with someone who isn't a sourpuss. Yeah, I would agree. You like Twilight?
You enjoy a pumpkin spice latte? That's so basic.
That's so basic. You like Marvel movies?
Oh my, that's
Ew.
so mainstream
So basic.
and basic. I only enjoy French art house films.
From French
and
New Wave.
Espresso.
Only watch the best films from French New Waves, Yugoslav Black Wave, Korean New Wave, and German Neorealism. Okay, so to gently point out, the things he actively hates are all associated with women.
True.
No, he doesn't have to like it all, but actively hating is a part of misogyny. I don't think this is a good guy. I do think he's not a good guy.
Probably not.
I don't know. He might be. It sounds like this person might be connecting dots that aren't there. But,
Probably has. I really
But
Yeah.
I would say that he isn't a fun guy. He's definitely not like a bunch of mushrooms, because he's not a fun guy. So, okay, next one. That was very clear cut and very easy. So let's see this next one. AITA for only buying my parents' stuff that cannot be shared or taken while my brother and his family live with us.
What? Can you say that again?
I will.
Correctly this time.
No. AITA for only buying my parents' stuff that cannot be shared or taken while my brother and his family live with us.
Okay. I, again, have no idea what that means. We will have to read the post before I can give any answer.
Okay, this is a long one.
Oh boy.
My brother, 32, has been knocking up his wife, who is also 32, since they were in high school.
Ooh,
Their oldest is now 13, but they have 3 more. She is a stay-at-home mom, and he works as a cleaning staff at a FIFO camp. It's pretty good money, but they waste a lot of it. They have multiple gaming systems, and the 2 oldest kids have very new iPhones. I, 28, live in a loft above my parents' garage. I do not pay rent because my folks want me to save up for my future. I help out around the house, and I buy groceries for my parents as well as myself. My brother and his family live in the in-laws suite in my parents' basement. It was supposed to be a rental to get them some extra money for when they retire, but after my brother lost his job because he would not get vaccinated, our folks let them move in.
Oh boy.
I also loved to buy them gifts, but my brother and his family always needed exactly what I happened to give them. For example, I bought my mom a very colorful bag from Colombia called a mochila. It is just a woven cotton shoulder bag made with very vibrant colored yarn. My niece, who's 9, saw it and wanted to use it for a project at school, where she promptly lost it. I got my father a bottle of Van Winkler bourbon, since he loves to have a drink after a long day. My brother and his wife found it and drank it mixed with orange juice because it was so strong lasting.
Oh my god. No.
So now
Not to the good whiskey.
Yeah, he drank it with orange juice. So now I do other stuff. I took my mom to go see Anastasia, and I got us really good seats. No one else was invited. I took my dad out for a steak dinner and then to a speakeasy on our city and treated him to a $160 cocktail.
Whoa.
Jeez Louise. These are things my parents love doing but won't waste quote unquote money on. I keep my groceries I buy in my loft. I will make meals for my parents and have them over, or I will bring the ingredients and cook with my dad. My brother started asking why I don't have the groceries in the freezer, fridge, or pantry and they have access to, and why I stopped buying my parents gifts. He says that I'm living there for free and I should give them more. I asked him how much he was paying them in rent or how he was contributing to the household. He said he was tired on the weeks he was home and that his wife and kids were, quote-unquote, too busy to help. Mm-hmm. I work a full-time job. I volunteer at a cat rescue. I do theater sports as a hobby. What is theater sports?
I don't know what that is.
and I still. Oh, I think it might be theater, comma sports.
Oh.
But they didn't put a comma, so it's like I do theater sports.
I do theater sports.
Yeah, I'm kind of a jock. I do theater sports.
Yeah, it's a competitive improv.
Yeah. Have you seen my improv group, Mission Improbable? I think that's an actual improv group, but let me see what else.
My improv group was subject to change.
Very funny.
Yes, I know.
That's not a very funny pun.
Well, we thought it was hilarious, so you can take that to the bank.
Okay. I will put it in my pipe and then I will smoke it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Let me see. Okay, and I still managed to help with yard work, housework, errands, and helping with my grandmother, who was in a locked-in facility for dementia patients.
Ah.
I pointed this out, and he said I was being a little B-word. I said I wasn't stupid enough to leave anything around that he or his family could steal. Now we are fighting, and my parents are upset. His wife called me a butthole for not sharp the threats I buy from my parents.
Huh?
Oh, what does that mean? Oh, not sharp the treats I buy from my parents. I don't know what this person means.
Sharp the treats?
Yeah. For not sharp the treat. Oh, I think she meant to say not sharing the treats, I think.
Oh.
But it says for not sharp the treats I
Okay.
buy for my parents. I can afford to buy treats for my parents and but not for 5 more people who do not contribute. What do you think?
I don't think that. I say not the butthole.
Why, Clara Summer?
Why?
Yeah.
Well, because all of that stuff is for. Is the poster a lady?
I don't know.
I don't
It doesn't
remember.
say. They never specified their gender.
In that case, we will say that they didn't. They bought all of those presents for their parents. They're doing all of that stuff for their parents,
Yeah.
not the brother
Mm-hmm.
and his family. Which I mean, like if you wanna, if you. It's just like, they're just taking stuff that isn't theirs.
Yeah, I think that your brother and your sister-in-law are kind of being a moochers, and they're kind of stealing the stuff that wasn't for them.
Just, they're acting like freeloaders.
Yeah, I think they are acting like freeloaders, and I personally think I don't think that they're bad people for having multiple consoles and their kids having flashing iPhones. That's fine. But what isn't fine is them taking stuff that was meant for your parents.
Right?
And I mean, that's not cool.
Like if for the thing with the handbag, if the daughter took it without permission, then it'd be like, well, that's not great. You teach your kids to ask for permission for using things that aren't yours. But if the grandmother was like, yeah, you can use it
for your project. Yeah. I'm sure she felt that.
The whiskey.
The whiskey's another thing.
Whiskey.
You shouldn't have drank all their whiskey.
That's not for you.
Yeah.
That's good quality whiskey for the dad, and you drink it with orange juice.
It's delicious. It's called a screwdriver.
No, that's vodka.
Oh, vodka. That's a vodka and orange juice.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know what is
whiskey and orange juice? I don't know. Is that a thing?
I don't know.
Do people normally mix whiskey with orange juice?
That's an odd combination. So yeah, and that's the biggest issue. So based on their track record, I think that it is probably a smart move to keep your food away from them.
Absolutely.
Because I have a feeling that they're gonna munch all your food.
I think they probably already were.
Yeah, I think they already were.
And then they made the decision to start keeping up all of their food in where the place where they stay, and then making meals for their parents rather than putting the groceries down there. It's like if you're gonna live with your parents, contribute somehow.
Right. And maybe you should just have your own make your own,
like at a certain age,
Yeah. I think they need to like buy their own groceries. Also, whiskey and orange juice is called a whiskey sour.
A whiskey sour.
Yeah. So, yeah, you should probably buy your own groceries if you're going to do that, and don't get mad at your sibling for keeping their stuff
And
theirs.
certainly don't call them mean words.
Yes. Oh, you do all this stuff. You're just a wiener.
You're a bad person.
You're a bad person, Mister or Mrs. I volunteer at cat shelters.
Volunteer at cat shelter.
Rah, 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 rah. Give me a break,
Yeah.
dude.
Like, find a job. What are you doing right now?
He said he lost his job because he didn't want to get vaccinated. That's another thing. Dude.
Okay. I think we should be careful with this subject.
You should get vaccinated. What's so bad about that?
Well, I just mean
You should get vaccinated.
YouTube.
I don't think. Oh, I suppose. Let me see. What do the people of Reddit have to say? Nata! That is actually clever. I keep that up. Sporting events, movies, more dinners, shows, and any kind of experiences rather than effects that can't be stolen. That's another probably good thing. Because sometimes I think experiences probably do outweigh material things.
Sure, for some people, yeah.
Because I think that would probably be better.
Yeah, sure.
For them.
Yeah, for some people.
Yeah, go. Not for some people. All people.
What? Some people would prefer things to experiences.
Go watch Anastasia and Speakeasy. And,
absolutely. Go do all of that stuff with your parents if that's what they enjoy.
I think $160 cocktail might be a bit excessive.
It's only $160. Okay. It could have been worse.
Okay.
It could have been $1,000.
For a cocktail?
I don't know.
For $1,000 to turn into a cocktail and it'll disappear?
Oh, jeez.
And then, sporting events, movies, blah, blah, blah. As for your paying rent or not, that is between your parents and you.
Yep.
None of your mooching, stealing brother's business. You could always tell him a porky pie, and he wouldn't be any the wiser, whether you're paying $1 or 50,000. And of course, you should not be buying treats for your brother's family. That is his duty. In the long run, I don't think you'll be happy in that house as long as your brother is there. What you have to figure out is which one of you will move out. I find it ridiculous that a man who could father half a football team has had to move in with his parents. He should totally be made to keep it wrapped up.
Okay.
It's a lot of people if it's half a football team. Here's another one. Nata! That means not the butthole.
Yes, we know.
You gave physical gifts and your brother and his family have used them instead of the intended recipients. You might not pay rent in money, but you do contribute to the household and that you help with chores and other things. The whole I do not pay rent due to my parents wanting me to save up for my future very much gives off I offered at least once or twice but no and here's why energy. Your parents should be the ones dealing with your brother, I guess sister-in-law, and their kids because it's going to get worse before it gets better. I know that my mom and stepdad would kick me out if I was behaving like your brother and Sil are behaving. Makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
Nata! It's obvious that they are aware and they're still treating your parents. One, unless you abduct your parents, then swear them to secrecy afterwards. It must be known within the household where mom/dad are, or have been from mom/dad talking about it. Two, this, a quote. His wife called me a butthole for not sharp the treats I buy for my parents. That weird sentence. And then this person responded with, why would she be butthurt at all about not sharing those things if not aware you were still gifting them? 100% they both noticed the change, and 100% they are resentful they are no longer able to quote-unquote share your gifts.
Yep.
Both are clearly entitled and need to grow up. Tell them to stop pooping on you for wanting to repay your parents' kindness and stop feeling entitled for your money / gifts when they haven't done anything to earn them.
Absolutely.
Yes. In your face, right, Clara?
Mm-hmm.
So let's see what else we got here. I told my wife 35 female, that she couldn't do it without me. 34 male, turns out she can.
Okay. So is he asking... That doesn't really sound like he's asking whether or not he is the butthole. It sounds like he has agreed that he is the butthole.
This is actually like relationship advice.
Okay, well, let's see.
Give him some relationship advice, because the master of romance is in the house.
Yeah, that would be me.
No. So, okay, this is the guy. I made one stupid selfish comment to my wife a week or so ago, and now my life is in disarray.
Fantastic.
My wife is in some crisis. Her work is closed, and she's being paid, but she's home with our kids now, including one 3-year-old. She gets breaks on Monday and Friday with childcare. We went into having kids knowing she wanted to be a working mother, so this has been an adjustment to say the least. On to the OG fight. She spent all day long with our kids and the neighboring kids. When I came upstairs from work, she asked for a break. I didn't respond well. I made excuses and didn't offer help, and for the first time in years, my wife lost her temper and cursed at me.
Yeah?
Like an idiot, I dug in and thought I was right.
Ugh.
I don't know how. I admit we both said unkind things, but after Reddit humbled me and made me sit down and write a list of things I did for the family that day and compared it with her longer list, longer list, I apologized. She accepted, and I figured things would go back to normal. They haven't.
Nope.
My wife used to include me in parenting our kids. I did dance pickup most weeks, and bedtime was split. I gave baths, made dinner, all the stuff. Since our fight, my wife hasn't asked me for any help with the kids. The first morning I woke up on what was supposed to be my morning with the kids, I figured she was being nice to prove a point, but it keeps happening. She didn't even send them down to say goodnight last night. Normally, my wife does this silly game where she sends my son to ask me to read 5 books, and then we would negotiate down to 1 or 2 and race upstairs. Last night, I heard her racing him and came up to find her doing bedtime yet again. The kids haven't even noticed. It's like she's replacing me. When we were fighting, I said something really, really dumb that's living inside me and festering. My wife was being nasty and said, "You wouldn't see the kids a quarter as much as you do if I didn't arrange it, and I'm done managing you." I defended myself. I'm not an absent parent, and said something along the lines of, "I'd like to see how long you can manage without me." Consider my foot officially in my mouth. She started running again. She's cooking really healthy and often. Every night I came home to my perfectly happy Stepford wife, doing it all without me, and I feel empty inside. How do I fix this? I don't even know where to begin. At this point, I want to beg her to go back to how things were. This wasn't what we agreed upon. What do you think?
Okay. This is actually a bit of an easier fix than he thinks.
Yeah.
Do not wait for her to ask you for help.
This
Just do it. Offer help.
This could be easily fixed if he just talked to her.
Talk to her.
I've done everything except talk to her.
Just talk to her.
Just say.
And even then, you don't have to be like, "Hey, I've noticed that you've started doing this. Stop. Let's go back to how it was." You need to be active as a parent. Don't just have her asking for help, sending the kids to you. You need to be like, "Hey, I'm going to be active now as a parent. I'm going to offer help. I'm going to go to the kids myself." You know?
Yeah. But don't do it like that, because it kind of becomes like a parenting war. But definitely like...
Listen.
What?
Offering help is not going to be a parenting war.
No, I mean just like not... I mean like just doing it without saying anything.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If he like, obviously talk about it.
Yeah, I would say definitely talk about it.
But not in an antagonistic way.
Not in an antagonistic way. Just say like, "I get it. I don't like how this feels. Let's go back to... Let me do it."
It can't be go back to how it was, because obviously how it wasn't working.
No, like you gotta like set up like a thing.
It has to be... You have to be, "Hey," and it can't be like a, "Hey, I see what you're doing." It's a, "Hey, I'm really sorry about how things have happened.
Yeah.
I see now that I was wrong. You can do all this stuff. I'm sorry about what I said. We need to change how we are parenting because obviously what we were doing before isn't going to work anymore, because you want help. You can do all of it on your own, but it's obviously, it's extremely tiring, and I want to be a part of things.
Yeah. So there you have it. Just say that.
You need to change up how you are, you just need to change how you're doing things.
Just talk to your wife.
Just talk to your wife, man.
Is it a wife or a girlfriend? Just talk to whoever it is. His wife. Just talk to your wife.
Just
Easy.
talk to your wife.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Open communication is so important, and people often just forget about it because, sometimes we're taught to hold things in and not talk to our partner.
So we have an edit here.
Okay, here we go. Let's listen.
F, guys, I get it. I'm a piece of poop. I'm going to make this right. Okay.
Is that the whole edit?
That's the whole edit. It's really easy. Just say what you feel.
Yeah, just tell her what's going on inside your mind. We
have a second edit.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
Thank you to the handful of people that reached out with advice. Believe it or not, I do want to be a good father and husband. I've royally effed up, and I see that I fully admit this is going to be my only edit, and then I'm going to get off my phone for a while and focus my attention on my family. My wife had dinner cooked when I got home. Everything is fine between us, so there wasn't any tension. After we cleaned up, I went upstairs, I ran my wife a bath, put Taylor Swift on her Alexa. Oh, wow. Taylor Swift comes enters again.
Nice.
I told her to go relax upstairs for the night. She was surprised, but smiled.
Oh my gosh.
And went on her way. I'm currently on the toilet watching my kids take a bathe. I think I meant bath.
Yeah.
People mention love bombing, etc., but I'm just trying anything I can to show her I do appreciate and love her and our family, and I wanted to be present father. I wouldn't call that love bombing.
That's not necessarily love bombing.
I don't think that's love bombing. I think it's just a husband being nice to his wife.
He's just showing his appreciation, and obviously she enjoys it.
I think that's not what the definition of love bombing is.
That's definitely not the definition.
The definition of love bombing is, hey, person I just met, I love you, you're my world.
And then you leave.
Yeah, that's
as soon as the other person starts being like, I love you back.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But I'm trying everything I can to show her I appreciate her and I love her family and I want to be a present father. I'm going to do bedtime tonight and probably all next week. I'll tell her she does so much during the day and deserves the break because it's the truth. I get that I come off as a butthole. I grew up in a not great situation and didn't have the best role models growing up. I'm terrified my children not having enough and I overcompensate by working too much. This new job came with a big pay increase, but the hours are longer and I feel like I can never keep up. I've reached out to a few recruiters tonight. I used to love my job and was always home by 4:30, even if that means taking the lost income. I'm thinking about going back. Relationships are hard and humans aren't perfect. For all the people telling me my kids don't love me and I'm a waste of space, I couldn't, guys. Just remember that I'm an actual person. I think that might be a bit harsh.
That's definitely harsh.
This guy is obviously not a bad. He wants to change.
Well,
and he's he's making it.
When you put stuff on the internet, obviously you're subjecting yourself to the more harsher criticisms.
But I think these harsh criticisms are kind of unfounded.
Well, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
But tell that to the people who are criticizing.
That poop rough. Anyway, that's all I have for you folks. I need to watch these kiddos and start planning out my long road groveling and reconnecting. Thanks all. Yeah, I think telling you that your kids don't love you might be a way across the line.
That's definitely a very below the belt shot.
Yeah, which I don't think is true. Okay, this is what the people of Reddit have to say.
Okay.
You literally said that your wife told you you wouldn't see this kid's a quarter as much as you do if I didn't arrange it and I'm done managing you. Now you're proving her point. She's not going out of her way to arrange it, and you're not making an effort to do anything. Which is true, but I think he knows it.
Yeah.
So, I think he knows it, and I think he wants to change it.
Obviously, in that edit. Ooh.
Stop waiting on your wife to ask for help with your kids.
Yeah.
If you're an active parent, you shouldn't be needed to be asked to help. It's combined responsibility.
That's what I said.
Also, talk to your wife. She's literally peeved because you're treating the kids and her as her responsibility that you helped when asked. Be proactive. Stop taking her for granted. Find out that what you need to do to make amends. You absolutely are an excellent parent if the only time you do things is when she asks or when she actively includes you. It's not our job to tell you when and how to parent. Yeah, you gotta sometimes you gotta like throw the hot cold water on them. You gotta show them a little bit of that tough love.
Yep.
If you were an active parent / spouse, you wouldn't be posting this on Reddit. Make it you still haven't apologized. Well, he has now.
No, he has now because we have the edits.
So, yeah, he was a butthole, but I think he wants to be better. So yes. I'm not going to call him like I would call him like a refined butthole.
He was the butthole, and now he is working towards being not a butthole.
I would say he is refined butthole.
Sure.
He's refined the butthole.
Can you stop saying that? Refined. This is so weird.
AITA for eating all my pregnant wife's pickles and refusing to buy more,
what?
Even though she is craving them badly.
What? Okay.
Beautiful. I, 28 male, hosted a work lunch where my main food was sub sandwiches, homemade. My wife, 27 female, is 5 months pregnant and craves all pickles, butter, garlic, dill, kosher, mini, etc. You name it, and she craves it. Due to this extensive craving, which is understandable, I guess, we have several jars of varied pickles. I used 1 jar of dill pickles, and for the sub sandwiches, which are her favorite. Favorite spelled with the British way, so I guess he might be from England.
Sure.
But still left over 7, and he keeps on writing 7, and then 7 written out in parentheses. Jars of varying types of pickles. After the lunch was finished, she confronted me about eating all of her dill pickles and demanded I go buy more. I argued that I only used one comma, parentheses, jar and never host anything, as this was our first house and we just fully settled in after moving out of my parents' finished basement.
Well, yeah, but are any of those 7 ones dill pickles?
Uh-huh.
Or are they different kinds of pickles?
And she told me that I should have asked her first and that I was a B word for eating her pickles. I told her she was being unreasonable and I refused to buy her more until she finished all 7 jars of pickles we still have.
But are those pickles dill pickles?
I don't know.
He's hiding information from us.
And have had for months. Some are not open. She threatened me with divorce and did not speak to me 3 parentheses. Such a why is he writing like this?
No.
Until her ankles were too swollen to get her shoes on by herself. I think he meant to say too swollen to get her ankles by herself. Please help. Am I the a-hole? If yes, I will apologize and buy 4 jars for her favorite dill pickles. If not, we may get a divorce, although the stress was unlikely due to her spiked hormones. Just buy the dang pickles. What's so hard? Just buy the dang pickles. Don't yes, I will buy 4 jars of pickles.
Just buy the 1 jar she's asking for. Here's the thing. If they bought the pickles for her, then yes, those are her pickles. Yeah. Ask to use her pickles. Say, hey, babe, I'm going to be needing to use these pickles for... Ow. Oh my goodness, please, Nathaniel, stop moving around. You're going to mess things up.
Why can't you just buy the pickles?
So, babe, I'm gonna use these pickles.
Yeah.
For my sandwiches for when we're hosting. And then it could be like, oh, no, please buy your own pickles. Or yes, you can use my pickles if you buy me more pickles. Mm-hmm. Easy as that.
I think these guys treating it very lightly. Like, if not, we might just get a divorce.
Over pickles?
Over pickles.
Just buy the dang pickle.
I think it's very this is a very dumb argument.
This is very dumb.
Just buy pickles.
This is very dumb.
How much do
pickles cost? I don't know. I don't know how a jar of dill pickles costs.
I don't think they won't break the bank, I'm sure.
See, what he mentioned that they had jars of varying different types of pickles and that dill pickles were her favorite.
Uh-huh.
And he uses the dill pickles. And then he's like, oh, I'm not going to buy you more pickles if you don't finish the pickles that are there. But are the other 7 jars, are they dill pickles? Or are they different kinds of pickles? Because if she wants her favorite pickles, dill pickles,
Yeah.
just get her another dang jar.
Just get her another Bernard pickle. If yes, I will buy... This is what the comments say. If yes, I will buy more pickles. You need a bunch of strangers to call you out on the internet before you just did the right thing? Yeah.
Yeah. Just buy the dang pickles. I can't.
Here's another one.
Okay.
Here's another one that says, those are the baby's pickles. Don't eat those. In parentheses, and like quotes.
Yeah.
My partner, when asked when they were buying multiple kinds of pickles, I craved very specific pickles that at the time were only available at one store. Of course, now you can buy them at convenience stores. What a very nice story.
Wow.
And then here's another one that says, feels trolly, but considering my wife has 5 kinds of pickles in the fridge right now and isn't even pregnant, I will never not be baffled by people who hate their wives, even when they just got married and have a bang made around. What?
I'm sorry.
At least compensate her for the proper pickles. Buy the pickles. There's also but they're right. This person might just be making this up.
That's true. It's quite possible this could be a troll.
Because it's very stupid.
It's so very stupid.
It's very dumb and stupid, and because we're like, oh, I hate my pickles and I won't let them because pickles are like $1 million.
Pickles, just buy.
I'll just marriage over pickles.
If this is a troll, haha, very funny. If this is real, just buy the pickles.
Buy the pickles. It's not that hard. You are the butthole though.
Yeah.
So yeah, buy the pickles. Buy your 4 pickles. Buy 100 pickles. I don't care.
Yeah. Your wife is pregnant and she wants pickles. Get her pickles.
Yeah. Here's another one. AITA for kicking my brother and his family out after he tried to give me
Do you need me to read it?
It says this. It's this word.
Just say intervention.
Just an intervention, but
it's a bad word.
It's a bad word, and we don't want to be demonetized.
We don't want to. We're PG-13, but in fact, we're just PG.
It has something to do with the sexual intercourse.
Nathaniel.
So I'm having a hard time being remorseful, and I am unwilling to apologize for calling my brother out and for asking him to vacate my property. I have given him many chances to stop this behavior, and my brother won't start shaming me for having been a stripper before I got my quote-unquote prestigious job.
Okay.
These are literally his words.
Okay.
Now I'm a nurse anesthetist. He's been making offhand remarks about me having been a stripper since he found out 6 years ago. He gets on these long tirades about how I'm ungodly, unholy, and that the sins I committed can never be forgiven unless I repent and let Christ into my heart. I am not religious. I am certainly not a Christian, and I will never be one, but my brother refuses to accept this. Also, I started stripping because his drug and gambling addiction ruined mine and our parents' life. Yeah. Okay. This is a very
self-righteous much.
Self-righteous. You strip to get through middle school. And then he's just like smoking, like doing cocaine.
I had a drug and gambling problem, but I found God, so I am exempt.
Yeah. He remortgaged their house, took out loans and several credit cards in our parents' name, and even sell our parents' identities to his former dealer. I think this guy needs to repent. Mister, you were a stripper, you need to find God. Okay, I don't know how bad the situation was until I came home one day from my university and found strangers living in our house. My father was too embarrassed to let me know they were living out of their car. They also never reported my brother to the police because my parents didn't want him back in prison. Last time he went in for 2 years. Me and my parents were blackmailed to pay his prison debt. So when I found out my parents, baby sister, and baby brother were living out of their car, I decided to work as a stripper. I made good money, and with that money I was able to house my family, pay off my parents' debt, my brother's debt, and put my younger siblings through college/university. During that time, I also paid for his rehab, and he got his poop together. And now he is happily married, employed, sober, and with a child on his way. FYI, I paid for his wife's IVF treatments off of her stripper money. So, that's fantastic. So, last Sunday... What?
So, wow. Keep going.
Last Sunday, our parents invited some people over for a big catered dinner. My brother and his wife thought this would be a perfect time to turn it into what he called an intervention, but with the WHRE integrated into it, and embarrassed me in front of all the guests. I completely lost it. I was so enraged that I spent most of the evening cussing him and my sister-in-law out. I reminded him that I would never have been a stripper if he hadn't tried to ruin us. On Monday, I drew up an eviction notice and sent it to him. I want to cut all ties with him and his family. I am truly done with him. Almost everyone is telling me I am right in being angry, but that it's terrible to kick him and his wife out. They are due to have their first child in 9 weeks. My parents are begging me to forgive him, and honestly, I feel like I have been, and I am being reasonable. I have given them 3 months to find a new place. That's nice. I am done being called the whore of Babylon and the downfall of mankind. Apologies for the length, but I thought I needed you all to know as much as possible. I feel like I am losing my mind.
Hey.
I had to repost this because the moderators locked it down for breaking the rules. I have edited it and reposted it for judgment. Thanks.
Hey.
What do you think? What
was the point of censoring that word when you just said it?
Oh, because that was in the Bible, so I could say it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, whatever.
Whore of Babylon is in the Bible, so I can say it.
Fine. Whatever.
So what do you think?
I'm not the butthole.
She's definitely not the butthole. Let's get one thing straight. Sex work is indeed real work.
Yeah, we know that.
Especially when you're using it to basically, like, help out your brother throughout all this stuff, and putting your sibling, your younger siblings.
She literally saved her entire family
through stripping. Stripping saved her family, and he has the gall to spit at it. This guy is bad. I think, and then high road her so much. So I think this person is right. Giving him 3 months is very generous.
Giving them 3 months is a good deal.
I think 3 months is very generous. I think that's more than you probably should have done. That's definitely more than I would have done.
Yeah.
And you should kick her out. Kick him out. That 100%. Stay the course. Do that. He obviously doesn't appreciate
You gave him plenty of chances to stop,
shaming
insulting you and shaming you.
Shaming her for this.
Doing what you had to do to protect your family and made sure that, they could live good lives.
Yeah.
And, the fact that he isn't even grateful for that, he's sober because of you.
Stripping.
Yeah. Because she had to do that, and she decided to do that.
And it basically changed his life around, and he's so ungrateful about it.
He's so ungrateful about it.
Yes.
And he's like, oh, I found God now, which means I hate that. And it's like... It's like I don't understand.
Well, let me tell you, that sinful thing that gave you a second chance at life, dude.
I've said it once and I've said it before. Jesus, he hung out with the sinners. He treated them as people.
Especially, I know he hung out with sex workers too.
Yeah, he did.
Yes.
Who was it? One of the Marys.
Mary Magdalene. Was a sex worker, yeah. And so I don't think you being all high and mighty about sex work and stripping is going to help you in any case. I think your brother is a major butthole. I think
he's being a butthole about it.
Being a major butthole. I think you are being very saintly for giving him 3 months.
I think that she's very saintly for even helping him at all.
Yeah, and then using all the money that she got from this quote unquote wicked activity to basically pay off all of her family's debts and wiping your slate clean for you, and you dare spit on it, I think that says a lot about this guy. So, you're not the butthole, OP. You're actually a super cool person. Right, Mo? I mean, Clara?
Yes.
How dare you?
I just don't know how you could confuse me for anybody else.
Okay. AITA for refusing to share my vacation home with my in-laws for 6 months.
Did we read any of the comments?
Oh yeah, you're right. We did it. Okay. Put a pin on that.
Put a pin on that.
Okay. I wouldn't give him 3 months. I get some friends through all the stuff out of your house. I think you meant to say throw.
Yeah.
All of the stuff out of your house. Change the locks and call the cops that he's trying to break in. I would never talk to your brother again. If he ever does that, and then it's like asterisk stuff. Comments, ask him how his drug deals are doing and how your accommodations in jail. Yeah, he is born again, which is always a joke. He ruined your family, makes them sleep in the car, and has the audacity to blame your past on anything else and everything else. If you're so evil, why is he living with you? Forget his baby, forget his life, go no contact with him forever, and talk to your parents about their reaction and what he's doing to you. Nata! Forget the lot of them. I would agree.
I'd agree.
Nata! I'm sitting here happily imagining you saying, in front of the guests, well, you forced me to strip. If you hadn't remortgaged the house, making my entire family literally homeless, also you can get more drugs, then I wouldn't have had to find the closest way to earn the most cash to literally put a roof over our heads. I'm so glad you are now so noble and wonderful. Move out of my house and pay me back the thousands of dollars that you owe me now, you butthole. Yeah. Move out of my house that I bought with my stripper money.
That's right.
So...
Well, I don't even think we need to specify. Just with my money.
Mm-hmm. He's a bigger butthole, but because not only is he using this against you, he's incredibly insecure and using bullying tactics to hide his lack of capacity. Talk about a small penis syndrome.
Oh my
God.
God.
I would agree. Nata, a person who thinks so little of you and treats you so poorly should not have access to your life. Yes, it is unfortunate that his family will need to find a new place at a time when they're expecting, but too bad. Your dignity matters. Listen, my parents begged me to turn a blind eye and to forgive my brothers so many times. I wish I didn't yield to their demands. That kind of poison harms you in ways that you are not immediate apparent. Cut him off.
Cut him off.
Cut him off. Yeah, cut him off. All right. Refusing to share my vacation home with my in-laws for 6 months after they sold their house without consulting me.
Okay.
AITA for refusing to share my vacation home with my in-laws 6 months after they sold their house without consulting me, question mark. That's the same thing again.
Yep.
Background. My husband, 35 male, and I, 33 female, have been married for 5 years. We own a beautiful vacation home on a beach that we built ourselves and use throughout the year. My in-laws, who are in their 60s, have always been welcome guests, visiting for a few weeks here and there, and contributing financially towards maintenance costs. Last month, my in-laws suddenly announced they were selling their house to quote-unquote downsize and move into a tiny condo. Apparently they have been secretly harboring this idea for months, never mentioning it to me or my husband. They plan to close on the sale in 2 weeks and then ... move into our vacation home for 6 months while they quote-unquote figure things out. I was floored. This house is our sanctuary, not a retirement home extension. We use it frequently, have friends and family booked to visit throughout the year, and rely on the income it generates during peak season. My in-laws, on the other hand, haven't lifted a finger on the property themselves and contributed only minimally. My husband, bless his sweetheart, is more understanding. He feels bad for his parents and believes that we can quote-unquote make it work. And his in-laws, sensing my resistance, are now guilt-tripping us, claiming that they have nowhere to go and offering to pay significantly more than their usual contribution. AITA for refusing to let them move in. On one hand, I feel obligated to help a family in need, but the other, this feels like an outrageous imposition on our personal space and finances. Edited to add an update, as I'll likely get lost down in the comments. Okay, what do you think?
I don't know about this one.
Why?
I don't know. It's like, yeah, that's a place where, they generate income by having people, pay to stay there, rent it out, they use it. It's not like, I feel like it's a little rude to be like, this isn't a retirement home.
Yeah. Wait, it's not a retirement home, Mom and Dad of my husband.
My husband's mother and father. This ain't no retirement home.
I'm rich because I have a second house.
I mean, I feel like I don't know how much income it generates, but I think maybe you could probably afford 6 months.
I would say this is where a compromise could be beneficial.
Yeah, a compromise.
I say you can stay for 1 month, and if you actually pay as much as you say you're going to pay, then we can extend it. But if you don't, then you're out of here.
And how exactly are they going to kick them out?
Because they own the property, they can easily evict them.
Yeah, but that's your husband's mother and father.
That's why you got to get it, you need to have it all in writing and everything. This is why we need to have a compromise.
Okay. I don't know.
I think it's also kind of not cool of the parents to spring this on them.
Yeah, that's definitely not cool.
And just assume, I can just stay, we can still stay there. And on the other hand, it is also kind of uncool for you to be like, this is my space. This is not a retirement home for you olds.
Not a retirement home for old people like you who are old.
Who are old.
This isn't geriatric care.
This isn't geriatric care. We booked this for our young, hip friends. And so, I would say a little bit of a butthole.
A little bit of a butthole, for sure.
I say little bit of a butthole.
And maybe, I don't know, you let them stay for a bit, and offer help in helping them find a place to stay that isn't your summer home.
Yeah.
And maybe they wouldn't have to stay for a full 6 months.
Yeah. Easy.
If you're actively helping them find a condo to live in, which is what they're looking for.
Yeah.
Although I feel like they should have found that before they sold their house.
Yeah, and I do think you need to be very firm with the 6 months thing, because I don't want them to be like...
You don't want them to be like, oh, well, actually, we'd rather just stay here.
We're already settled.
We're already settled in. No.
Yeah, so this is where you kind of need to put that thing in there.
Yeah.
Okay, here's an edit. Here's an update.
Okay.
An edit. I'll give a quick update while I wait for the kids from school and answer a few questions I saw pop up. We co-own the beach house.
Ah.
We bought it in 2020 when interest rates were super low before houses skyrocketed. The in-laws have helped us with projects and pay for a few things, but so do my parents. So we have never thought of their contribution as anything but help from parents. They had their annual old farts Christmas party. Their words, not mine.
Okay.
They said it themselves.
Okay. Yeah,
if it was the wife,
yes, I got it. Yes,
kind
I
of
got
a butthole thing to say. They're there this past December and had the place for a week free of charge for them and all their guests, so they definitely have gotten plenty of use for it. We had a come to Jesus moment yesterday, and I was the butthole to my husband. I told him I was done, and I wasn't even entertaining them staying there, as it's our business and this is a bad business. I basically told him I was over his mom, and it was at a point I'm about to peace out because I can't handle her poop anymore. Previous to this, I was no contact with her and would entertain them when they'd come to visit. They never stayed at our house, as we live relatively close to them. He still has no clue if they are truly selling their house, if they're upside on bills, or they're just buttholes but I honestly don't care. My parents are immigrants and own a restaurant and have worked their butts off to create a fantastic life for me and my siblings. They also taught us the value of money and working hard for things we have. The vacation home was bought cheap, but 90% of the renovations were done by me during my free time. Renovations are my true love. Nursing pays the bills. I love it too, but it doesn't fill the creative cup. I told him he'd lose the house to his parents over my dead body, and if he feels the need to financially set them up, he can do so with the extra money he earns from picking up shifts. Also a nurse. Basically, I told them their failure was not an emergency on my part. They have always kept up the Joneses, and I spent exorbitantly, so they might be broke, and again, I don't care. I have barely tolerated his mom for the past few years. I'll be cordial because I was raised well, but I'm over-tolerating their nonsense. I will say he does see all this poop she pulls, but he was raised that mom knows best. He's Puerto Rican, so this is partially cultural. But I'm done. I worked yesterday, busted my butt, and then drove the kids to the beach house last night, picked up dinner, and we are there, and I just thought, F no. So time will tell, but he called his parents and on speakerphone, told them that they couldn't stay, but the offer to condo hunt is still open, but he needs to know the price range and all that jazz. His mom cried, and I flipped the phone off. So as of this moment, it's not happening. I also told him that if it's a problem, he can quit claim deed the beach house, and I'll cover the expenses and manage it myself, because mama don't play. Okay, so this thing kind of clears up a lot of stuff, and I might need to rescind my partially butthole.
I don't know. I still stand by mine.
I might rescind my partially butthole eviction, because it sounds like your in-laws like to walk all over you, and it seems like they were like just saying like, yeah, we'll just move into the bus house. Those don't mind. They'll just do whatever. And apparently she really likes this property. Apparently it's something that she pours her heart and soul in, so I can see why she's super protective over it,
I guess.
And so yeah, what do you think?
I don't know if I have a strong enough opinion about this one to really give anything other than I think that she was just a little bit of a butthole in like that first half, and like maybe now, not so much. I mean, like I still stand by what I said, but like, sure, yeah, we've got new information now.
Yeah. It seems like the parent-in-laws do want to take advantage of it, and they have been for a while. And she's like, this is where I draw the line, because I love this house more than anything and everything. And what? And
surely she doesn't love it more than her children.
Yes, but it's a close second.
Sure.
It's like her third child, because she built it. Or renovated it. So, yeah, I say little bit of a butthole. I mean, not a little bit of a butthole. I think you're not the butthole. I think you're justified in feeling the way you feel. I think maybe give compromise a little bit of a shot. Yeah. Give compromise a shot.
It sounds like you've got to be careful, because it might be like we're going to compromise, and then it's like a, surprise, never mind.
You don't want to give an inch and then take a mile. You can't do that. So, yeah, that's it.
Yep.
So that's all the buttholes and not buttholes. What do you think? Who is the biggest butthole?
I think that the biggest butthole is... wait, no, I can't say that one, because he wasn't asking if that one was the butthole.
Yeah, I know you were going to say the druggy junkie brother,
but he was like, the one who was asking. We didn't. I guess because we didn't really have a lot of like really big buttholes in this one.
Yeah, I think like the biggest butthole was the guy who refused to buy pickles.
I think absolutely that guy was the biggest butthole. Buy your wife some pickles. Yeah. But then again, that could be a troll.
That could be just a guy, somebody making it up.
Either way. What a butthole.
Yeah, what a butthole. That's my favorite restaurant. What a butthole. It's my favorite Texas change. I get the what a butthole burger. Gosh. So yeah. That was it. That's the end of today. Okay, I've been Nathaniel Avila.
And I have been Clara Avila.
And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to a Vision podcast, home of Wacky Talkies, The Kingdom, Evil Exists, and many more.